This evening I'm on the Upper Taw here at Taw Bridge, and this is the downstream section, so the parking spot sort of bisects the beach, so you can fish upstream or downstream. I only managed to come and fish here once last year, and it was a bit of a roaring flood really, so I thought I'd bring you back and show you in more benign conditions. We do seem to be stuck now in a weather pattern of high pressure to the north, driving in cold and dry weather. There was frost on the car this morning and east and northeasterly winds, so we're probably not going to get a massive evening rise, but that doesn't mean we won't be able to bring something up somewhere. Anyway, we'll see. I'm going to start with the dry fly, give that half an hour or so. If nothing happens, I might try a bit of a duo fishing maybe. This river's also suffering a bit from the brown slime. Everywhere I could do with a good flushing through. I think there's any chance of a take in these conditions. It's going to have to be in a really fast water at the head of the pool. Anything down here is going to see us coming a mile off. God, that sun's so bright. Huh. It's only little, but it is a fish. Well, there's some nice pools here, but can't see anything coming up for this tonight. Not at the moment anyway. It's too bright. I'll fish through this and then change over to the duo and try find another similar spot to this one. And I've had a couple of little rises in here from small stuff. I'm actually fishing a CDC emerger pattern tied on a jig hook, which is an idea I got from the fly tying evening we had in the club. One of the more knowledgeable members there was tying up some flies who everyone wanted to watch, and yeah, he tied it on a jig hook, which I'd never thought of before, but it's a really good idea, isn't it? Because it takes the eye of the hook away from the CDC. Supposedly it's going to give you a better hooking action, but more importantly for me, missed another little tiny chap. More importantly for me, you don't get all the CDC caught in the eye when you tighten the knot up, because it's obviously at right angles to it. I should think these fish in here are about as big as the fly. Seems to be the odd thing hatching and the odd spinner dipping down, I can see, but this is classic taw really. What you're waiting on now is for the sun to go off the water, and then they might start rising, but by which time it's probably going to be too cold for anything to happen. There we are. My main job of showing you the water is always going to work, isn't it? I was a little bit worried that it wasn't going to float through these sorts of conditions, but it does. Even though it's like a medium jig hook. I put 3 CDC feathers on it, but yeah, bobs along quite nicely. Right, let's try somewhere else. Well, no sooner had I put the duo setup on, and I've seen the one and only fish rise in that bubble line up there, of course right in the tree. So to save time, I've just taken the nymph off and put the dry fly on the point so that I can have like twin dry fly and give it a go. Well, that was right over him. Well, as is typical, as soon as I turned the camera off, it took it. Although it took the cling camera, which wasn't where I was casting it, but there we are. I feel like a bad fish. Yeah, it's pulling well. One thing about this stretch is that you are looking into the sun all the time. Can't see a thing. Oh. It's mucking up my twin dry fly leader. Right, come on. Keep his head up. Ah, yes, it's a good fish. Good fish for the tour, that one. Right. Before we do anything, I'll just give it a quick measure on the rod. Oh, look at that. That's 12-inch fish. Right, now what's it done to this leader? Right, let's put that rod in the holder. Okay. Forceps. Come out. Now, is it tangled up? The fly's out, but it's a bit tangled up. Well, it's a lovely fish. Let's have one more look before you go. Look at that. I wasn't expecting such a good fish as that tonight, so it was worth coming. That's a heron. Scared off. It just shows you, doesn't it? You just never know. And I've just realised that this is the pool where we went out and chopped a bit off of that tree you might just see over there when we were doing the bank clearing. Didn't take all of it out, left enough cover and stuff. So I don't think that I'd have been able to catch that fish if we hadn't come and done that. We just wouldn't been able to cast into that particular spot. So it just shows you it is worth coming along, do a bit of trimming, because you'll find out where the spots are. Years ago, apparently, they used to get sea trout in this pool. You can see why. It's probably quite deep over there along those rocks. There might still be some there these days, I don't know. You don't hear as many sea trout being caught out of this bit of the Taw as they used to. You can't moan at that last stamp of fish. I seem to say you never know quite a lot on these videos, but I suppose that's the point of fishing, isn't it? It's wonderful unpredictability. You really don't know what's coming around the corner. Next cast could be fish of a lifetime. I just missed it turning the camera on, but I've seen my first kingfisher of the year, which was nice. Just came pipping down the stream. This is another spot here, isn't it? There's going to have to be some good fish taken out of here this year. It just screams trout, doesn't it? Come here when there's some mayflies hatching or something. There's got to be fish lying in that pool. God, as soon as that sun goes away, you can feel the chill in the air. I think I'm... Oh. Ah. Come off. Too busy chatting. I was just about to say, I think I might have lucked out with that and found the only feeding fish on the stretch, but obviously not. Right, well this is the gauge pool. If you look online for Taw Bridge, River Taw levels at Taw Bridge, that's the gauge reading it there. That's a nice pool in there until it got full of tree, but there we are, maybe it'll wash away. I've had some good fish in here in the past. It's quite deep in down there underneath that root stock of that tree. So I put the nymph back on, but it just kept catching on the bottom. There's not quite enough flow at the moment. I'm probably going to just fish on up through this bit, get out of the cattle drink, and that'll be me done then, I think, for tonight. Should have had 2 fish. Had one really nice one, so worth coming just for that. Don't catch many 12-inch fish out of the Taw in a season, so that was nice. It's always a strange thing, isn't it, with this fishing lark? Because when you're at work, you think, oh, I think I'd rather just go home and sit in front of the telly. But once you're here and doing it, you think, why would you not want to be here? Right. Well, I'll catch you in the next one, I suppose.